welcome back to my channel. Nikki's here. How have you guys been doing? As you can see, I'm not home right now. I'm actually in the beautiful Hawaii. We're in Honolulu, that's the name of the city, and we're very close to Waikiki Beach and Diamond Head. That's like the volcano. The little volcano is inactive. First of all, just so you know that I'm not in any dangers. But so yeah, so I'm not home. Today is a very special day because for the last 3 days we have been going out and doing a lot of things with the family. But today, my husband, his brother, and his brother's wife, they went out to do shark cage diving, and that's not for me. I am not that adventurous, and I'm very scared. I'm a very scary cat. Funny story, the other day we went snorkel with the turtles. I got so seasick, and first of all, I don't know how to swim, so I literally just stayed on the boat for the whole time and thought, oh my gosh, it was like the worst thing. I was so nauseous for like the whole 2 hours and just couldn't wait to get back onto land. That moment I decided that, yeah, no, I am not a sea girl at all. I don't like water. And just realized that, yeah, I'm a city girl. I've been living in the city all my life and I like it. So that is that. So today's video, guys, I just want to be very serious. Just want to come here, sit down, talk to you guys heart to heart, just giving you an update of how I have been doing with GERD, the symptoms, my diet, and just some tips and advice for you guys. And I think this is gonna be one of the last videos that I'm going to repeat myself, many things that I've said before, but I'm just gonna try to make it very straightforward so you can follow along very easily. Okay, so let's get started. So the first thing, I do want to let you know how I've been doing, what are my symptoms, or if I have any symptoms at all. So it's 2020, guys. Isn't it crazy? It's been, I think it's like more than 3 years past that I have been doing really well with my GERD. I barely have any symptoms, just being very honest. If I ever get a flare, it is because of my fault, like because of eat something that is like super spicy or very acidic, and just do it like repeatedly for a couple of days in a row, or even more. Like there was that one time, if you don't remember, I posted a video just being honest, saying that, okay, I have a flare because I was being very stupid. I was eating spicy food for like literally 7 days straight, every single day, multiple times a day, and I was like pushing it really hard. So that was stupid of me, and I don't want you to do that. Like, that is not a good example at all. Don't do that, especially when you're still experiencing a lot of symptoms on a daily basis. So yeah, so that's my current progress with GERD, and I'm looking down here because I have all my notes here and just want to make sure I don't miss anything. So yeah, I rarely have any symptoms these days. I'm being very smart with my eating, okay? Like, again, for the last 2 years when I was in school, all I ate was this steamed chicken dish, and then of course I add like some seasoning like salt or fish sauce. I love fish sauce because I'm Vietnamese. But I just make it salty, but nothing spicy, not too salty either, because that could also irritate your stomach. And yeah, besides that, I eat a lot of vegetable on top. I eat all of the greens out there you can think of, like broccoli, Brussels sprout, bok choy, green beans. I love green beans. Just so eat a lot of vegetables. It's very good for you. Now the goal here for me is not only trying to avoid GERD, trigger foods for GERD, but also trying to improve my health, improve my digestive tract, because besides GERD, I also have other problems like IBS. I also have like indigestions, dyspepsia, that's the clinical medical term for it. And then I also have lupus. My immune system is really weak, so I get sick very easily, and especially with food. Whenever I go out, I'm being very smart about it. I don't usually trust, I mean, the big restaurants, like the one that is like reputable, those are fine, but usually I don't get salad from outside because I got sick many times eating salads. I got food poisoning, and then it was just not fun. So yeah, that is again like my current symptoms and my current diet. I still eat chicken every single day, pretty much, like that bland chicken. It's not bland for me, and honestly, if you've been following your bland diet, that I don't know what you're eating, because again, many times I have said that I don't want you to follow what I'm eating, because It might not work for you, but you can find what works for you and then just continue to stick with it for a while until your body is ready to go back to being normal. Okay, so yeah, so symptoms, if I ever get a flare these days, the symptom is I will get this like discomfort here. You know, the typical like GERD symptom. I would get a discomfort right in the middle of my chest here, below my heart, like this area. I get a little bit of discomfort there, as in like I feel a little pressure, and then I feel like I need to burp or vomit, but then I actually can't do it, and then it would hurt as well. And a lot of time I feel like I just try to like throw up so that it makes me feel better, but just gas would come up and not really food. But sometimes I do like vomit for real too. So that's my symptom if I have a flare. So whenever I have a flare, which is literally like in the last year, I've had 3 flares, and it's because of my stupidity for eating so much spicy food. So when that happens, I either just take one of those herbal pills like the licorice or aloe vera gel, or recently I've been using a lot, I have a bottle of the marshmallow roots. So I would take those, and if those doesn't work, I would take antacid. So either the brand Zantac, but someone on YouTube right here just told me that he emailed me and saying that there's a callback for Zantac with the companies. There's like a really bad batch or something, like it was very dangerous. So I don't take Zantac anymore. I take like a generic form of it. So you can actually buy a generic form, same ingredients for cheaper from like, I don't know, CVS, or I go to BJ, it's a wholesale, and they also make their own. So I would take one of those, and usually that would fix this. I haven't had to take PBI for the longest time, except for recently. So things happen, and then these unfortunate things, there's nothing you can do. For example, even though I've been really good with my eating, last week I got a really bad migraines, and then I had to take so many medication that it caused a flare. And then I was throwing up a lot too. I was throwing up so much that the acid was coming up. Like I must have thrown up like 20 times, and then there was nothing left besides water and acid from my stomach. So it came up and it hurt my esophagus, the sphincter down here. So I had a flare, and it was really bad. So I had to go back to take Prilosec for 7 days, but that was it. And now I'm all good again. I'm in Hawaii. I've been eating pretty much anything that I want, except for everything that I've been eating so far. There's nothing spicy though, so that's good. I had Loco Moco. This is like the most comforting food ever. It's like rice, a bed of rice, and then you put gravy, and there's a beef patty, like a hamburger patty on top of it, and then 2 fried eggs. So I've been eating a lot of that. Like I had 2 meals from that already, and then yesterday I bought this little rice musubi from the Japanese store. So it's pretty much just rice and spam. I've been eating one of this for breakfast, and of course I brought oatmeal here to Hawaii. So again, I feel like whenever you guys ask me like, oh, tell me what you eat, or like, can you help me figure out like a diet plan, I just hate doing that, just because I don't know. Your body is very different from mine, so I don't know exactly what will work for you. And a good example here is oatmeal. Oatmeal works so well for me. Whenever I feel like I have a flare, I will start with just a couple spoons of oatmeal and see how my stomach feels, and usually it calms it down right away. But I've had people emailing me saying that oatmeal triggered their GERD. So it's just a very good example here that something that might work for me probably not going to work for you. So you just have to find your own diet that works for you. So that's my next point here, is that the importance of finding out what works for you. And this is just the only way you can find this out, is by just keep on trying different food. And again, like the trigger foods, it's absolutely out of the options. Okay, like when you're having a flare, and especially like you're having flares on a daily basis, like you're hurting every day, stay away from those triggers. And those trigger food, you know, like spicy, acidic food, coffee, tea, alcohol, those are like just stay away from those for a while, and then just, you have to be patient. This is another point that I wanted to talk about too, is patient. You have to be patient. Let your body heal. You can't rush this. I know it's really hard to not be able to eat like all this delicious food out there, but you're not well right now, so you have to really commit and be determined about like trying your best to get your health to a better place. So honestly, it was really hard at first for me, but after a while you get used to it. You get used to eating this bland food. Like I just steamed some, I'm on vacation and I bought vegetable. I just steamed broccoli, and I've been eating it this morning with the rice and the spam thing, and then I had oatmeal in the morning as well. Like every morning I eat oatmeal. But for you, the oatmeal could be something else. Like it could be bread, it could be rice, it could be just, I don't know, a piece of fruit. I'm not sure, like something that works for you. You just have to try, like do a lot of trials. And I think I've mentioned this like so many times that you should just keep a diary of your food. So today, try banana, right? And usually if you eat something that, you know, upset your stomach, you will know right away. Like 15 minutes later, usually, if there's something, for me, example, actually apples and banana, just those two just don't like agree with me. I've tried so many times, and so I just decided that I'm not gonna eat them ever again, just because every time I eat them, 15-20 minutes later my stomach gets so upset, and then I would get a flare from GERD. So just being smart, and you have to be smart and keep on trying different food and keep a diary of what works for you, and those that works for you, just keep eating them. And I don't think anybody would have any problem with green vegetable. Let's just buy broccoli, beans. Actually some of the squash I had a problem with, like one of the sweeter squash, or like sweet potato. If I eat them when my stomach is empty, I get really sick too. Like I get GERD like so bad if I eat sweet potato on an empty stomach. So it's really just depends, right? You have to just try. You just gotta try, put it down, like put down the notes on everything that you try, so you can track exactly what works for you and what doesn't. Yeah, so that is my next point on like the importance of being patient, determination, being determined to get yourself better. Patient, determinations, being cautious when you go eat out, very cautious about whatever they're serving. Just, you know, look around to see the establishment, like are they trustworthy? Can you trust eating like raw vegetable from them? Like, are you gonna get sick? Because the goal here again is not just about trying to not irritate your stomach and try to stay away from GERD. It's also about taking care of your whole body, you know, the whole GI tract, just everything. So eat better, eat healthier food, just be patient and stay away from those trigger food, just stay away from the junk food, and keep a diary of whatever food you're eating, so you can figure out like what is the most trustworthy food for you, that every time you eat it, you don't get sick, you don't get GERD symptoms or heartburn or gastritis symptoms. So yeah, I think it's pretty simple and straightforward, right? Let me see what else here. So my last point here that I wrote down is that self-control and discipline is very important. And these two goes hand in hand with being patient, just because if you're able to be patient, well, the disciplines and the self-control will just come together with it. It's really hard to, I know, especially when you go out and eat, when you go out with a group of people like this, right? And you can see that they can eat whatever they want, and I know in your mind, I mean, I've done this many times, I would tell myself like, oh, probably just one bite doesn't hurt, but then it did. So then I learned my lesson, and every time when I'm, you know, in the toilet, like throwing up or hurting, I told myself, I was like, I would never do this again. Like, God, I swear, I've learned my lesson. But then I repeat it again, like just say a few months later. So, but then I learned, at some point I learned to just be determined and being very, very serious about this. Like, I'm gonna get myself better. And that's what I did, right? For the last 2 years, more than 2 years now. Every freaking day, I just eat that same dish that it worked for me. And this is not even a lie. Like, my classmate, they would tell me all the time, every single lunch break, they would see me eat the same freaking dish, the bland ass chicken, and you know, whatever the vegetable. And then literally even today, like one of my friends, she texted me and she was like, I can't believe how you did that. Like, how are you able to just eat the same thing every single day, like multiple times a day? I mean, I just told her that, hey, look at me now. I can eat so much more. I'm on vacation. I eat sushi. I had like the spicy tuna the other day. It was fine. And you know, it's worth it. You know, I'm not sure how long it's gonna take for you. It might take less time than how long I took to get better. It could take you 3 months, 6 months, or a year or two. Just be patient with your body and just work with it. Like, listen to your body. Every time you eat something, just be mindful and be cautious about like how you feel, where the source of the food came from. And yeah, really, I feel like it's really simple. You just really need to sit down, talk to yourself, and make a plan, and just stick with it for a while until you feel better. And one day you would just wake up and feel like a normal person again, like I did. Of course, it's really hard to figure out like when you're back to normal. For me, it was by a trial. Again, like you creating trials to see what food works for you, and then after a long while, like say 6 months or even 3 months mark, right, you already feel better, like you don't experience GERD symptom every single day anymore. Then you create another trial, those food that you used to not be able to eat, but just doing it smartly, like try a little bit at a time. So that's what I did, and now I feel like I'm able to eat so much more. But again, like, I still am being very smart about it. Like, I'm being very cautious. Every time if I decided like, okay, I'm gonna get, like the other day I wanted the spicy tuna sashimi, I ordered like a small amount and I eat that, but then like the rest of my meal would still be pretty GERD friendly, like simple, just rice, plain rice, and then this meat thing and vegetable. That's it. So this is it, guys. I think this is all I had to say about GERD. Like, I think I summarized everything from my own experience for the last, you know, over 10 years of having GERD and living with GERD. And a lot of you have also reached out and gave me so many good tips, so thank you so much. You share what medicine worked for you, what didn't work, and certain news about what food to try. So I've tried those things too, and some worked really well and some didn't. So again, just every time if I share a recipe or a tips, advice, whatever, you still need to go back and like try it, and then like break it apart and customize it so that it works for you, because there isn't a one solution that fits all. There isn't one diet that fits all people. Okay, so I think this is it. I cover everything that I wanted to cover, which is great because usually I ramble and go on. So I think I did a really good job today. This is very relaxing. I just want to literally just sit down here and talk to you like heart to heart, and I hope you will do better. And just, this is January 2020. Like, this is a year that you can be determined to get better and cure GERD. Again, I actually don't like to use the word cure because I don't think I'm cured either, but I am symptom free for a long time now. Like, I feel great. I really enjoy my life, and I feel like I'm back to being normal again. And I absolutely want the same thing for you. So yeah, this is it. Take it or leave it. Or the best thing is if you can take some of the tips that I gave you, customize it to make it work for you. That'd be great. Thank you for watching, guys. I love hearing from you, from emails or even comments down below, whatever. If you want to share anything, go ahead. I love hearing from you. Thanks for watching again, and I'll see you next time. Okay, take care. Bye.